Check. Audio check. Alright. I think we're online. Just gonna double check over on Twitch. Facebook isn't online yet. I guess not. Okay, I see we are up. Discord has the alerts. Nice. So yeah, welcome to the pre-stream. Do let us know if, you know, if we are if our stream is working on your platform of choice. So we are on Twitch, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on Mixer. So let me know if the audio is all right, if you're hearing the music and stuff. Let me know if it's all working. And if it isn't, I will try my best to not panic and fix. And address your complaint. So yeah, today we are continuing my game design adventure, creating a submission for Hilagyo Game Jam over on itch.io. So I am not an experienced game designer, so I'll need all the help I can get. Hopefully, whoever you are viewing, feel free to chime in chat. And if I get anything egregiously wrong, like, just call me out on it. I will appreciate it. I also know nothing about Seafaring. Like, this is all new to me. So yes, help will be appreciated. But it is a work of it's all fiction. It's all good. Yeah, I just want to make a fun game. Alright, we will transition the screen soon, very shortly. So, yeah, this is a morning stream over here in the Philippines. So good morning to, to the Filipinos watching. But if you are overseas or over in the West, good evening to you, or, good day wherever you are. So I'm gonna stream this for a couple of hours, I guess, until it's time to get ready for Tabletop, which is at 12 noon Philippine time. It's our weekly roundup of news from the local gaming, local tabletop gaming world in the Philippines, but also from the larger news from around the larger world of tabletop gaming. So yeah, that comes right on the heels of this stream. DuckTales. But yeah. Alright, let's cut over to the main screen, shall we? Alright, there we are. Let's get started. Shortly, I just need to reply to a couple of things. Alrighty, alrighty. So we're all set. So last time we left off, I've been following this like I guess guide or outline or roadmap for designing an RPG over on medium.com. It's an article called A Taste of Madness, and we completed level 0 last time. We ended up with this. At the end of last stream, we decided on the title of Daluyong, which is the word for, oh gosh, um, I think it's tsunami or storm surge. The idea being that um, these yeah, like you're a wave of uh your ship, is like trying to outrun the these deadly waters, and yeah, like outpace it and either escape or rescue, prevent a tragedy, something like that. That's the idea we're going for. I was going for, rather. Um, so yeah, let's get to the next part of um, this roadmap for on medium.com. So this next part talks about, like how tabletop RPGs incorporate dice. Like what does, like it's a given usually that there's an element of chance in tabletop RPGs, but I guess this article decided to go in for like a deep dive on like what that actually represents and what that means for the gameplay. So this part of the process asks the question, why are there so many dice, and do I even need dice for my game? So it breaks it down into yeah, like why do you need dice mechanics in the first place, right? So it goes about it goes on about how, you know like you tend to over focus on like mechanics that you like from other games. I know I'm guilty of that from, for this project, especially because I am so enamored with the Year Zero engine that you see in games like from Free League publishing games like Tales from the Loop, Mutant Year Zero, Forbidden Lands, Coriolis. That's really like what, part of my motivation here is that I want to make a Year Zero engine game, because there's also the Year Zero engine OGL, Open Gaming License, that we can use, so it's there for the taking, right? So why not? That's what I felt like. But yeah, so let's see what this article has to say. This roadmap has to say about like dice mechanics and how they're supposed to be judiciously used in RPGs. So yeah, let's go through this. I'm gonna post the link over in chat if you wanna follow along or even read ahead. So today's task. There we go. So it's up in all the chats. You can check it out and follow along. So starting your game design process with a dice mechanic in mind is risky. It's like starting with composing the lyrics for a song before the music has been recorded. I don't I don't know if that's like a bad thing. But okay, sure. We'll go with that analogy. Um all right. The game only needs elements that will reinforce the experience you're trying to recreate and not hinder it. And how can dice mechanics help you to reinforce that experience? If dice can't help reinforce that, then don't put dice in your game. But be aware of what that means. It's going to be a purely skill based game. Okay. But if the answer is yes, if you think dice will reinforce that experience, then prototyping it is when prototyping it is better to pick a dice mechanic and roll with it for now, and you can adjust that as you're designing the game. So no need to waste your time on probabilities just yet. Wow, this thing needs proofreading. There, right? To pick a dice mechanics. Okay. That doesn't mean it's easy though. Picking a dice mechanic, that is, you still need to understand how dice or the lack of them can influence your game, and there are some principles when trying to choose a dice mechanic. All right. What changes if you add dice to your game? Players will need to learn a new skill, which is risk management. The designer will need to learn how to balance dice probabilities. I think this has been more or less worked out for me because I'm going with an existing system. But I don't know. It'll be good to go over this still. In a competitive game, this isn't a competitive game. That's fine. Randomness adds tension to the game since nobody can, for sure, know who will win until the very end. Yet, players in general will lose agency because decisions are less important. Don't know if I agree with that. Uh, Dice add replay value to the game, yet the range of possible dice roll results can be so indifferent that replaying the game might become boring. The outcomes are too wild. Okay, so like if it's too all over the place, like too random isn't good either. Hey, welcome to the stream again, Sin. Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to another productive exchange of ideas. If you're not too busy this morning, that is. But yeah, thank you. Um, okay. Yes, I'm talking about dice stuff. I'm merely scratching the surface. I feel. Oh, cool. Okay, we are yeah. We're workshopping right now. We're game jamming. That's what we're doing, which is so appropriate because Hilagio game jam. um, dice add. Okay, dice rolls are neutral. Thus, dice rolls can be used to mitigate um responsibility for what happens in the game. Okay. The game designer can use dice as a cheap way to add content to the game, and the commonly available dice are d6. The more types of dice required, um, the more difficult it is to have all of the dice on hand for play, and it is harder for people to calculate probabilities and so on. Yeah, I mean, I like that's true. That's why I like Year Zero a lot, um, compared even to something like my old time favorite is Roll and Keep from L5R. But with year like those are D10s. Like in college we would use D20s because you know it's and just use the ones digit because we didn't have D10s. So yeah, that was a difficult thing. I mean, that was something we had to kind of jury rig. But like, yeah, D6s are definitely one very attractive aspect of the Year Zero engine for me. It's easy to they're so easy to get, and as opposed to another system that I like, which is Genesis, or the like what they use in Fantasy Flight games as Edge of the Empire system, for example. Um, Star Wars systems, for example. Like those are also really nifty, like really fun mechanics, but they're just so it'd be so difficult to get this game out there if I went with proprietary dice, symbol based dice. So yeah, Gear Zero engine it is. So like just to address like a couple of these points, um, manage risk management in Year Zero engine. In Year Zero, when you roll a dice pool of d6s, so that's how that's the core mechanic of the game. You pull together a number of dice, usually based on like an attribute, skill, and then modifier. Um, and you roll that number of d6, and if you get a If you get a for every six that you get, that's a success. Even 1 6 uh, would mean that you succeed. So it's pretty um yeah, it's it's pretty easy. Like the players may not know the exact math or the exact percentages of their odds, but like risk management is easy in Year Zero engine because the more d6s you have, just the better chances you get of 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 succeeding at your role. Now in Year Zero, there's also a an add-on to that, a wrinkle, like two wrinkles to that really, is that if you fail the roll, or if you want to get more successes based off that original roll, you can push your roll, meaning you take all the dice that did not come up sixes and did not come up ones, so 2 to 5, and you re-roll those, and you just count, you do a recount after that. Now, what that means is that you may get additional sixes, and that gives you increased effect, like a better success and so on. But now you're also counting the ones, and what the ones do is that in for example, in Forbidden Lands, what those ones do is that if you roll a one um after, or basically your ones now count, so even with the original roll with the rerolled dice, um, those ones have a chance to damage you, right? They will degrade your attributes, or they may damage your equipment. So yeah, it's I like those two, um, those uh, those two little bits of added complexity, because like what that tells me is that base Year Zero engine, you could just run it without having the push mechanic at all, I think. Um, but yeah, like you're able to kind of um, make it a bit more, exciting, uh, a bit more flavorful, and risky. Also, you raise the stakes when you add, when you do decide to use that push mechanic. Sin, your game is on powered by the apocalypse, so you also run d6s. Nice. Yeah, d6s are the best. They're so accessible. I think in Powered by the Apocalypse, right? Like a six is a success without consequence, and 4 to 5 is success with, you know like at a cost, right? And then 1 to 3 is just flat out, like the GM gets to do their worst, if I recall correctly. Did I get that right? All right. So Um, point number two, competitive game doesn't apply to us because this is a co Daluyong is a cooperative game. To reiterate the premise of the game, it's that you're playing as here. Let's go to our actual document. The game is about surviving a journey on the seas, and the player characters are braving danger on unfamiliar waters and islands to escape or prevent a tragedy. So the players are working together. It's not competitive. They're working. Yeah, so point two, it's not something we need to worry about. Randomness adds tension to the game since nobody can for sure know who will win until the very end. Definitely, I want that. I want it to be a bit of a pressure cooker where the stakes keep getting higher as the game session or the campaign progresses. Um, not too sure what to make of this, so we'll just skip that. Number five, dice rolls are neutral and can be used to mitigate responsibility for what happens in the game. I think for me, this applies more in terms of because this game is going to be heavily procedural, like randomized encounters, randomized faction building, island building, and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, that is definitely something that's like I'm trying to let the game world be. It's not so much a campaign where I decide this is gonna happen, introduce this plot twist and that. It's really more of we're gonna let the dice determine a lot of what happens to the players. Number six, yeah. So these six are awesome, like we've mentioned a bajillion times so far in the stream, and yeah, that's why we're going with it. So number one, should the game be more skill based or luck based? In short, if your game has too much randomness, then people are going to say their actions don't matter. If the game is asking a high level of skill from the player, then the game is too hard and unfair. Hmm. So do I need to answer this? How did he answer this? Uh, I guess this is 1.5. Yeah, okay, so this is where he answers it. Okay, so let's answer this. Along these lines, right? So, what is the type of dice I have chosen for my game? Oh, Sin is expounding further on how how you can do a different permutation of the part by apocalypse system. So you can convert it to one equals fail, two to four varied failure with consequences, five to seven varied success with consequence. Mm. Eight to ten definite success with added benefits, and 11 plus overshooting. Okay. If I'm wondering about dice probability, there's a nifty document. Oh yeah, sure. Like if feel free to share. Like I would appreciate that. Um I might not dig too deep into dice probability just yet. Like I'm gonna basically I wanna outline first why I'm going possibly with uh year zero engine and just type that out. Oh god, I don't wanna jeez. Like but yeah, for those of you curious, if you ever wanna know like what um if you ever need to calculate probability, there's a very handy dice probability calculator, anydice.com. You can check it out here. So if you're ever, trying to come up with your own system and need to crunch the numbers, so to speak, any dice is a very, very versatile tool because there's lots of different functions you can do. So you can go for absolute number, sequences, exploding dice like in L5R. Um, yeah. So, and you can plug those numbers into here, view it in different formats as a graph, a curve, right? This is for 3d6. You can try rolling just to see like what it's like and all that. So there you go. Anydice.com. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about yeah, what is the type of dice that I have chosen for my game? Um I've Daluyong. Oh, thank you. I'll check Discord. Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's a bit of a like a like a psychological take also. Am I getting that right? Like there's a bit of psychology in this game mechanics document. All right. Nice. Thank you for sharing that. And this is by you. Wow. Yeah, thank you for sharing this resource, Sin. I'll check this out. I will read through it. Let me just type this. Some mechanics help to land towards certain moves and stuff. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, rolling higher or rolling under. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you for sharing it. If you're okay with me like putting it up on stream, let me know. If not, that's okay too. Like I understand. All right, yeah, yeah. Here. So like you guys can check this out. This is what Sin sent me over on Discord. So it's her thoughts on dice mechanics. Your game is the machine, and the mechanics are independent little cogs and wheels, and systems that pull and tug at each other to make it work. Yeah, so this is for mechanics that have a target number, right? So yeah, like where you roll dice and total them together. Nice. Rolling within range, rolling higher than or rolling lower than. Cool. Thank you for sharing this. So, yeah, let's you'll see though like this year zero is a bit different because you're counting successes. It's not it's not a so yeah, the what do you call this? The math isn't quite the same as going for a target number. But yeah, here, for example, let me type it out. Like how I guess how year zero dice work. Um okay, here. Daluyong will sixes. Sixes. How do you describe it? That is assembled from attributes, skills, skills of the character, plus well as um, modifiers. If any of the dice come up as a six, the aids. Um, over on let's see, over on let's see, Forbidden Lands. I think they straight up like I they straight up have the dice probabilities spelled out. Page 43. I think it should be here. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna just show you a little bit of the Forbidden Lands PDF. Let's go to page. So you see, there we go. So chances of success in this system, when you roll a certain number of d6, these are your chances for getting a 6 on any one of those. But when you push your roll, it almost doubles your chances, especially yeah. The effects are a lot are bigger, or I guess in general a 22% increase in chance. So yeah. So this is what I'm going with. So yeah, it's dice pool, not quite the same math. All right. Um, yeah. So that Daluyong will use a pool of d6s that are assembled, that is assembled from the attributes and skills of the character as well as other modifiers. Yeah. If any of the dice come up as a six, the roll succeeds. If no dice come up as a six, the roll fails. I'm still on the fence as to whether I will go for the push mechanic or not. I want to. I just don't want to commit yet because that might be too meaty for the scope of this game. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Um, we will see. All right. So, what's the next question? At which point will players have to use the dice? Good question. So, the short answers in conflict situations, but our game is a lot more reliant on dice than the usual RPG, I think, because we're going a bit, a bit old school, a bit more, a bit more procedural than normal. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, over in chat, the push mechanic would be interesting in the context of a ship game. You could flavor it as you trying to push the ship to its summit. So like in Forbidden Lands, it's actually pretty well executed. The reason why I was really inspired by it is because so you have three kinds of dice, three kinds of d6s in Forbidden Lands. Get my d6s so I can illustrate better. Okay, so in Forbidden Lands, um, you have three kinds of dice. Well, generally three kinds of dice. You have your base dice, which are your base attributes. Strength, agility, wits, empathy. You have your skill dice, and then you have your gear dice. So remember when I mentioned earlier when you push a roll, your ones will start to count as damage or setbacks in some way. So the way Forbidden Lands does it is that um, let's say the blue dice are your base dice, right? Your attribute dice. Red dice are your skill dice, and black are your gear dice. If um, whenever you roll a one on a base die and you push a roll, your ones on your base die count as damage against you. It will reduce whatever attribute you were using. So if you're using strength and you push a roll and you know, because you want to succeed, you want to get that reroll and turn your fate around. If you push a roll with strength, let's say from melee attack, and you get some ones, that will reduce your strength attribute because you strained yourself or you took some damage. You were a bit more reckless. You pushed yourself to your limits. You will take damage to your strength attribute. It's the same for gear dice. Your gear will get damaged if a one turns up on your gear dice and you push a roll. So that represents you misusing your weapon, or or just like, for example, if you're parrying, right? You parry the blow, but yeah, that damages your sword and it's got reduced effectiveness as a result. It'll have a reduced bonus when you try to use it again, unless until it gets repaired. So it's actually really handy, because with the ship providing, with my idea for what the ship is gonna do, it's gonna provide, at least for the exploration part. Yeah, you get gear dice for your ship depending on what you upgrade about it. Could be speed, could be fishing equipment, right? It could be shelter, and yeah. So when the gear dice come up as ones and you push a roll on your ship, you could be, yeah, your ship is gonna incur damage. So that's why I'm really going for yeah, year zero. I guess it's I am fanboying all over Forbidden Lands at the moment. Um Anyhow, all right. So yeah, let's get back to it. Okay. What is the question? At which point will the players have to use the dice? Um, let's see. Right, automation. I think that is so. Okay, let's go through this. In times of dramatic conflict, when success or failure will matter. Uh, okay. Also, when um, rolling on when rolling to explore the or to determine random encounters, adversaries, opportunities. What else? Um, when determining fate, when determining what to determine things that are out of control as critical injuries and mishaps. Okay. All right. Let's go into what next? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go. What's the next question in this outline? We're at level 2. I have no health and I must respond. First obstacle report. Okay, I guess he ran into a hiccup here. Okay. The author realized that the popular methods for designing PCs were useless for his game's design. Okay. I think for this, I am gonna let Year Zero Engine take over. So, um, in case any of you are curious about, Year Zero Engine and what its open, what its OGL means for you, um, you can check it out over. Let me get you guys a link to this document. Hang on. Mm, OGL pinned messages. Where is the OGL link? Okay, here we go. Yeah, here. So if you guys are wondering about, Year Zero, the open gaming license for the Year Zero engine, here's the link. And it's got all the details of how you can use it and what you need to put in your own like Year Zero game. If ever you decide to go with this, you can check it out. Links are up in chat. So I should actually add the hashtag Year Zero uh, to these streams, just so you know. It's clear, and I guess to gain a bit more, so people who are interested in building Year Zero games can also see this. But mm, reminder for next time. Anyway, so yeah, so this is um I guess the basic Year Zero yeah, the basics of the Year Zero engine that's used in games like there you go, like Mutant Year Zero, Coriolis, Tales from the Loop, and Forbidden Lands, and coming up soon, Alien. So yeah, I think this handles a lot of what comes next, and based on the outline I've made, I think I can go forward with this. Maybe I don't need this anymore. We'll see. We'll return to this. We'll return to this later. So okay. So key features of the Year Zero engine, why you might want to use this. It's that it's accessible. The basics are very easy to learn. So yeah, dice pool. If you get any sixes, you succeed at your roll, right? Um, and then you can add complexity and depth to that. So yeah, like the push mechanic is a great example of that. If of that added bit of complexity, where yeah you can push a roll with the with the that ups the ante, ups the stakes, where you can actually damage yourself from pushing your character or their gear to its limits. It's also fast and decisive, meaning yeah I like how quickly in general this thing goes. Um, yeah, no pain no gain. That's the push mechanic. Player centric, meaning um, the rules are focused on the PCs and their actions, while the NPCs are handled quickly and effectively by the game master. And the system is designed to always present the players with meaningful choices. Um, yeah. So let us look at what we can work with. So, all right. Character sheets, tools of the game. Okay. So let's start writing this out. Um, tools of the game. Let's see. Year zero. I'm gonna pop the year zero thing out just so I can more easily, I'll tab between these. So you won't see the document for a while, but it's in chat if you want to look through it, right? So, okay, let me slide two. So they're out of the way of my test mic. This sound on stream, by the way, like when I roll dice, can you guys hear it? Is that audible on microphone? I'll check the VOD. If anyone could let me know, even before then in chat, please. um, it's audible. Is it like annoying? Is it annoying audible, or is it, like ASMR or somewhere in between? How is the quality of the dice clickety clack on this mic? All right, tools of the game. So character sheets. Um, it's not bad. It's fine. Oh, thank you, thank you. So let's just write it down. Character sheet. Um, Balangay sheets. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Doesn't hurt the ears. That's yeah, basic requirement. Um, what else? Dice. So that's d6s. Several d6s. We're gonna go with yeah, in three colors or just d6s. Yeah. Um, and one each of 8, 10. Um, Custom cards, not so much, I guess. Not so much that. Okay. All right. So this launches straight into character creation. Let's talk about character. Okay. So here's the thing. So what I've realized after reading a bit more into the way the Bajau and our Southeast Asian ancestors, well, I mean even the current Bajau um live on the ocean, is that it's not solo ships, it's not really solo family ships, but like a flotilla of ships, like with each ship having a different family, which I kind of like. So I'm feeling like I want to change the game a bit. instead of um Instead of just one ship that the all the characters are on, they will be on they will be representing, yes, a small group of ships, a flotilla of balangays, and that's one family per ship, right? And I guess that kind of plays into what I wanted to do with the ships representing ancestors, right? So maybe like one of these balangay are specialized towards leading the way, right? Like they're the point of the spear, like when they're traveling the oceans, because they're the ones who navigate, and they're the specialists who navigate the seas that the rest of the balangays follow, right? And maybe there's like a family boat that is specialized in providing food for the rest of the flotilla, right? So they have the specialized like fishing equipment, they have the specialized spears, nets, and so on. And then there is maybe that other balangay who are the warrior family of this flotilla, the people who defend their flotilla from outside threats, right? These are the people on that ship. Like you'll find the weapons, you'll find the armory, the bows, arrows, spears, kris, and so on. So I'm thinking of going with that, so that when like each player is playing um uh like um a member of this like particular barangay's family, right? That's what I'm thinking of going with. So yeah. uh I don't know if that'll like be a super great idea going forward. Maybe it complicates things too much, but I'll try it. Okay, so barangay sheets, um uh barangay and family sheet. um So we need to think of archetypes. I guess that would mean the navigators, the divers, divers. Let's see. What other archetypes can we add? The warriors. By the way, like if you have suggestions for Filipino words to replace these archetypes, navigators, divers, warriors, feel free to suggest them. I'm not very well versed in my Filipino vocabulary as I would like to be. So that help on that front would be appreciated. Just feel free to chime in chat. Navigators, divers, warriors, um, shipwrights. Let's see, minstrels. What does Forbidden Lands have again? Just to see, like, okay. I guess yeah, like the priests, the mangkukulams, and so on. Uh, Trader, navigator, diver, maglalayag. I like that. Thank you. That sounds so cool. Um, shipwrights, minstrels, priests, and traders. Man- Maninisid. Thank you so much. Mandirigma. There. That was on the tip of my tongue. Thank you. I'm wondering if it's appropriate to have like a cantor. That's the first time I'm hearing that term. That's a nice one. I guess the root word is canta. That's pretty cool. Cantor. Um yeah, I'm wondering if there should be like a rogue, you know, sneaky class if that fits in our culture. Like did we have like Filipino ninjas? Sacerdote. I haven't heard that word in such a long time. Where is that from? Again. That's not like that's not a Spanish word or like doesn't that word have its roots in mangangalakal, trader. All of my, you know, civica at kultura exams from grade school are flooding back. Mangangalakal. That's pretty basic. I can't believe I forgot that one. I like sacerdote though. That sounds nice. Um, let's see. Let's see. But yeah, do we have a cultural precedent for like a rogue type archetype? A rogue archetype sort of, or is that just not in the cards? It's just sacerdote is just Tagalog, okay. And how is it pronounced? Like sacerdote? Am I saying it right? Or it's also gender neutral? Nice, okay. Rather than I think babaylan is like specifically female female gender, right? Because that's what I was thinking for priests. Babaylan. But if sacerdote is like more gender neutral, like that's cool too. We'll go with that. Okay, thank you. I'm getting it right. I'm not as hopeless as I feared. That's one, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'm kind of hmm. Okay, babaylan is more towards hmm. Is there something that's more animism oriented but also gender neutral? Like I don't mean to ask too much of you. Like if you're busy, it's okay. Like I know you're doing your own game design things too, Sin. But I wonder if there's like a more animism oriented yet still like gender neutral term for like a priest, like a druid. I'm really leaning heavily on Forbidden Lands here. My gosh. Oh, yeah, no worries. We will or you know what? We could just make it actually, um an actual like if you want to play this archetype, then you will have to play as a as a female. It could be that simple. Shipwrights. Mambabarko? Is that mm. Alright, there we go. Babaylan slash Anitero. Let's see. Shipwright in Tagalog. mm, yeah, me neither. Oh, I may have a lead on an old GMA. On an old GMA article. Oh, this is cool. There's this article on GMA Online. I'm gonna share it on stream. Um, okay. It's old. It's from 2011, but it's about I think a TV series that was being made about um a traditional Filipino warship called a Karakoa, without built without nails, but was three times faster than a Spanish galleon. The Was this an actual show? Did this come out? Cause the name Karakoa is for a ship is such a badass name. Oh, cool. Okay. This is a nice. I'm bookmarking this article. This is pretty dope because this could be what's chasing the characters. In at least in this iteration, in this prototype of the game, this is what's going to be chasing the PCs. Man, I wish the images were still these image links were still functional. I guess they're gone. Anyway, um back to yeah, I was gonna say Manilika, but Manilika seems more arts Oh yeah, we were on the same page. Manilika. But doesn't that seem more like painting, you know, fine crafts? I guess, yeah, fine. Well, working, working title for that archetype. Manlilikha. Okay, so we have navigators, maglalayag. Um, this archetype will focus on getting getting the flotilla from place to place, right? Um, divers will be the maninisid. These are Anluwagi carpenter. I think I like Manilika, I guess, more because these things are supposedly, handcrafted, I guess. So each one is unique. Each ship would be unique. So I guess Manilikat does fit. We'll go with Manilikat. Um, so the divers are the ones who are going to be focused on providing not just sustenance for the they could also be dual role as the rogue the rogues and ninja type, class, I guess. Maybe. Anyway, that's me getting ahead of myself. So yeah, divers are, I guess, primarily focused on providing um uh produce. I still haven't researched well enough to say that for sure, but that could be their role. Um Warriors would be the ones who are focused on defending uh the flotilla from their enemies. Shipwrights are the ones who keep the ships in tip-top condition. Um, Minstrels are, I guess, an overall support. Like maybe they're the ones who have to do with awakening the ancestral abilities of the ships, but also inspiring um, the other heroes and telling their tale. Priests are those who are in connection with those are more connected with the um, religious side of the setting, animism and nature magic like druids. And traders are those who can, the face of the group. They can interact with. Um, they're used to interacting with unfamiliar cultures or unfamiliar factions, and yeah, making the most out of things. I guess out of those interactions. Um, so yes, I guess you'll go with this. Maybe I should put those descriptions down. So let's make a line for each of these. So we have 7 archetypes. I'm okay with that number. I like that number. I'd to uh, kill those who uh, and and Okay. So I guess just a loose set of roles, right? Descriptions of roles. Navigators are those who set the flotilla's course. Divers are those who provide for the flotilla. Um, uh, harvest the sea's bounty for the flotilla, just to make it more colorful. Warriors, um, who fight flotilla. Shipwrights who maintain the flotilla. Minstrels who remember the flotilla's past and inspire. Um, priests who commune with nature on the flotilla's behalf, and traders who interact with uh, with men on the flotilla's behalf. I guess intercede is the better word. Intercede and interact. Okay, let us. Mm, hmm. Let's see. It's okay, Sin. Yeah, maybe it doesn't really fit the rogue archetype. Maybe it could be a subset of, for for warriors or divers or something. Okay, so let's go to um so age. You could be young would mean at what ages did people start, you know? Because these people these people lived on the sea. So like at what age did they start contributing to the family responsibilities and stuff? Um let's see. Okay. I read somewhere I remember reading somewhere that like at very early ages they're already taught how to dive. Okay, anyway, I guess we'll go with the default like age groups for now. So we will go with maybe or okay, up to 20, just to be a bit arbitrary, I guess. Adult 20. Yeah, but I'm also conflicted about like letting players play like super young characters. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. Like yeah, like the age of the kids in Murami. Not quite sure about that yet. And then old. Uh 40. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. Attributes. All right, young, 15 attribute points. I guess based on this, we'll just go 16 to, I guess, 25 years, and 26 to 45 years, and 46, 467, no, 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 46 and up years. Attribute points, 15. Um, oh, this is not uniform. Dang, okay. Uh, 14, 13. Is it the same for Forbidden Land? Yeah, it's the same. Okie dokie. I guess we're going with that. Okay, I think this works. This format will work here. And then so this is I think 8 skill points. This is I guess default like year zero engine values. I don't really feel the need to tweak these. But what I will tweak though is for in Forbidden Lands, um, you also get talents, which are like feats or special abilities that for young characters you get one, for adult characters you get two, and for old characters you get three. But I'm gonna course talents through the ships, and I think in that regard, everyone's gonna start off with the same, um, with the same amount of talents for their ships that will be awakened later on. If you may reference Pamu's take on the Flotilla Balangay in her OMN setting, what she did is that the lore dictates that newly born babies are thrown into the sea to see if they can swim. If they don't, well, okay, I would not have survived. Then, like me, um, all right, let's go into what the attributes are. Uh, okay. So the attributes, strength, uh, yeah, let's just just cribbing directly from the OGL, raw muscle power and brawn. And you have agility, body control, speed, motor skills. Um, you have wits. These are sensory perception, intelligence, and sanity. And then let's see, personal charisma and the ability to manipulate others. Okay. Um. Alrighty. Okay, skills are where we start getting where we might need to pare things down. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe we won't. Okay, so our associated skills for strength would be where are skills? Skills, skills, skills. The skill list for hmm. Okay. So OGL year zero has 12 core skills, while Forbidden Lands has 16. I'm inclined to go um with year zero OGL as a kind of a blank slate. Okay, for strength you have craft, endure, and fight, agility, sneak, move, shoot. I'm probably gonna need help coming up with I don't know. Wits, scout. What is Forbidden Lands' equivalent for comprehend? Insight. I like insight more. Scout, lore, survival, insight. Okay, scout, survive. Mm, hmm. Sight. And this would be. I don't think I'm gonna go into Tagalog for the skills because I would have difficulty parsing everything. Maybe later on. Manipulate, heal, perform. Okay, guess that seems like a good. Um, yeah. Are we so far off course from this now? Okay. Another trait will be pride. Um, much like in yeah, much like in or other year zero games, like a pride is like something that your character is takes pride in. It's like it's their thing. Like in Fate, it would be their I guess their uh they're high concept, and what that means is that um, I think I'm gonna assign this per family, or no, I guess per person still. But yeah, um, I think it's once per session. You can declare that you are your role is using pride, and what that does is it adds a d12 to your dice pool, if I recall correctly. So yeah, pride. Um, that is something specific that the character is very proud of. A specific ability or trait that the character um um that define that the character is uh what uniquely capable in, I guess, is one way to put it. Um okay, so let's look at the tools we have so far. All right. So, I guess let's move this down. Let's move that down here because I want to detail like what goes under the balangay and family character sheet as okay. Um okay, balangay and family sheet. So under the balangay, um you will have talents, balangay talents, and so this will act like kin in the, I guess, what traits racial traits would be in like Forbidden Lands, for example. I don't know yet, but yeah. Okay, talents, and uh, ship, family ship, talents that and living on the barangay, and their role in Attila. Here that yet to roll. In the family living on the balangay. Gear that are appropriate to that role. And I guess ship stats? Health of. Yeah, I guess. Okay. The ships that. Ship. So yeah, like I said, there's still gonna be a big focus on the ship and that as a unit of the family. So like this way, um, when the party, for some reason or another, when they lose a ship, they lose access to those talents, to those the gear that was on that ship, the specializations that that ship represented. And when they create a new character, for example, maybe their character doesn't die, and he would be the last remaining member of that family. And if that character would die, then they would have to create a character from one of the other ships. That's what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, there's still a focus on making sure, like uh, all your ships survive, or if that isn't possible, like you have like players are gonna have to think, okay, so which family, which family sacrifices, which family can we afford to lose without sacrificing the overall um goal, the end game. So yeah, I think I kind of like that. These are all like, I'm just spitballing here though, Sin. Like it's all very generic. Um, what I'm doing. Did we use coins like pre-Hispanic, uh pre-colonial Philippines, or was it like purely barter? Just out of curiosity. Hey, let's see. We have a new follow. GT Ignacio followed us over on, I believe that's Twitch. Oh, I think that's Eigen. Eigen, is that you? Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. That was 12 minutes ago. I didn't see an alert. I didn't hear an alert because my speakers died. They shut off automatically, unfortunately. I guess that means um uh I don't think yeah, I could bring the media request thing over to the main screen and just auto duck it so that it's under my voice, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should just play something on Spotify, but I don't want to mute the stream. What to do? What to do? Um, let's see. Uh, Never mind. I don't wanna mess up JP's beautiful work on the OBS profile. All right. All right. So okay, talents. Let's highlight these talents here. Um, sure, consumables, I guess, such as food, water, water, goods, and trade goods. Okay. Okay. Mm, let's see. Okay, so we've got, I think, a good overview of what a character sheet is gonna look like. You have dice. You have um like archetypes, the different, yeah, um the different kinds of basic characters that you can expect. You have different age groups. Your base four base attributes in strength, agility, wits, and empathy, and skills, attached skills. I guess I should italicize these so they're easy to spot and differentiate from the rest of the text. Okay, so a lot of these are basically, um, I think I'll just make them all nouns. I'll just call this athletic. Let's see. What's a good example of pride? Dive any man. And strongest or an event. Right? Um, I once uh, I won a three something like that. We'll go deeper into, I guess, the details of the skills and stuff later on. So, but yeah, I want to kind of focus on this first, Balangay and Family Sheet. So, um, for example, in Forbidden Lands, you already one of the goals is to create strongholds that you upgrade. I kind of want this to be the case from the get go for the Balangay for the ship. Uh, and these will be in constant danger. These are the ones that are primarily gonna get damaged when you suffer mishaps while navigating the seas and stuff. So to give some importance to the shipwrights, um, the talents. I like the idea of talents being handed down from generation to generation. So a suite of talents is unique to to each um, to each balangay, and you can uh, it grants unique access to those talents. I'm guessing like maybe like if a balangay gets destroyed permanently, that talent is stricken from the game. I kind of I kind of like that idea. We'll see. And that's when like in Forbidden Lands, it can cost three times the XP to learn a talent. Maybe because you're to resurrect the talent because you are recreating it from scratch instead of learning it as it was passed down. That's one idea. I kind of like that idea. Um, Balangay. So yeah, aside from talents, uh, I think I'm not sure if I want to incorporate actual features. like like in strongholds and forbidden lands, you have like stuff like bakeries, a forge, and stuff. I think I'll keep it at just talents for now because yeah, that seems like a really complicated um like dealing with the actual economy, the economics of harvesting materials and turning them into into stuff, into buildings or products or weapons and armor. That seems a bit beyond already what I want to do. But maybe for the for this prototype, but maybe in the bigger like hex crawl version, we can aim for that. Let's see. Uh, hmm. Let us see. I think I will. I might just like end this here for now because it is already. It's already. Did this save? Does this automatically save as Daluyong? Hang on. Let's see. Uh, let's name it. Let's save it as in docx format, I guess. Did that save? Let me just double check. I think it saved in the main. Yeah, it's saved in the main. So I'll just move it to the appropriate folder. There we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. So we've got at least we've progressed in terms of archetypes. Um, I mean, we've copy pasted this. We've given some thought to like what skills to use. Um, and like which traits from the Year Zero engine to carry over into the Luyong, and also like our own twist on how to represent talents, uh, gear that is available to the players, and yeah. So instead of it like being a representation of what the players of what the individual characters themselves have acquired, it's more of a generational thing, like a legacy thing for the people on that balangay, on that ship, which is essentially a family unit, right? So yeah, um, I guess we'll leave it there for now. Um, we will be up again in an hour or so for dice casts. for Dice Casts, yeah, Table Talk, which is our weekly roundup of what do you call this? Wow, my brain has slowed down so much over the course of the stream. Um, Weekly roundup of news from local and international sources. You know what's going on locally in tabletop gaming as well as overseas. So yeah, I'm gonna rest for a bit. Gonna get some refreshments, um, get something to eat, and then yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back with table talk at 12. Or we might be a bit late because I think JP will be coming back later on, slightly after 12. So we'll let you know as soon as possible. I also just realized, Erwin, sorry for not seeing your message earlier on the Dicecast Discord about the proper hashtag of the game being Hilagyo Jam, not Hilagyo Game Jam, not just Hilagyo. It's Hilagyo Jam. My apologies. I'll use the appropriate I'll use the appropriate hashtag next time. Sorry about that, guys. My fellow Hilagyo game jammers. Um I'll get it right next time. So yeah. So yeah, I'll take the stream. I'll stop the stream for now, and we'll see you in about an hour or so for table talk. So yeah, join us then, and yeah, have a great rest of your morning. See ya. Thank you.